Hey, what's up? It's Eric from precisionmovement.coach, and in this video we're going to go through 5 sciatica stretches to help you eliminate any pain that might be coming from your low back and shooting right down through your glutes, down the backs of your legs, maybe all the way to your feet. So one thing I want to mention before we get into the stretches is you never want to go too aggressive with hamstring stretches or anything that might stretch the sciatic nerve. So those stretches are, anytime you're doing a hamstring stretch, you might throw your leg up on a bench or something like this, reaching forward. You don't want to go aggressive with these types of stretches when you're suffering from sciatica. And the reason why is because that's going to further stretch that sciatic nerve, which may be entrapped, may be compressed, or it might just be irritated already from some other reason. Could be a trauma and injury. And if you go too aggressive, that's just going to further that irritation and prolong that pain. So that's one thing to note. Try to, or just eliminate hamstring stretches for a while until your sciatica symptoms have been relieved, okay? So we're gonna show you 5 different alternatives you can do to help you get pain relief instead of stretching the hamstrings. The first one is very simple. It's a technique I first learned from Dr. Stu McGill when I was studying kinesiology at the University of Waterloo, and it's called nerve flossing, okay? So what you wanna do with nerve flossing is you wanna sit down and you wanna actually get into a bad posture here, slouched, rounded back posture, okay? Start off looking down to the floor, and what you're gonna do is you're gonna, whatever leg you're experiencing the symptoms on, you can do that leg, or you can just do both. It's totally fine. But what you're gonna do is you're gonna start looking down, and you're gonna lift one leg as you look up, okay? And you're just gonna maintain the same rate of lifting the leg as looking up, okay? And you wanna do anywhere from 6 to 10 repetitions here, not going into any pain or too aggressively, okay? So if you can only lift your leg to here, then you do that, okay? Because if your symptoms, if you trigger your symptoms when your leg's up this high, then you're just gonna further irritate that, okay? So do that on both legs, 6 to 10 repetitions, that's all you need. And what this is doing is the sciatic nerve runs from your brain essentially all the way down to the foot. And sometimes it gets compressed, and there could just be like little adhesions there that are stopping the nerve from moving properly. So what you're doing is you're just like the name says, you're flossing. You're moving that nerve in and out, but because you're moving the head with the leg, it's traveling without actually stretching, okay? That's the key. So do that, and that could help to relieve your sciatica symptoms. Number 2, one of the most common ways that the sciatic nerve gets entrapped is through the piriformis. So the piriformis is a muscle, a hip muscle, goes right here, and this muscle causes internal rotation, okay? So to stretch it, we need to externally rotate the hip. So there's 2 different stretches that I recommend for this. Number 1 is an easier version. This is the one to start off with. Just sit down in good posture, cross your leg, maintain that good posture as you push down on this knee, okay? And that's gonna give the piriformis a little stretch there. And all you wanna do is hold it from anywhere from 30 seconds to 60 seconds, 1 to 2 times per side, okay? And all these exercises I'm showing you, you wanna do them daily. So, very simple exercise to stretch the piriformis. Now, that might not be enough to release your piriformis, and for those of you where that's not enough, this technique is my favorite, okay? So what you're gonna do, the best is a bench press, like a bench for a bench press. You're gonna stick one leg up here, and you're gonna support yourself with your hands as you lower your knee to the ground, okay? Now this side, I'm gonna show you both sides so you see the difference here. This side you can see I lowered right down, not too much of a problem, like it's a little tight. But once you get down here, what you wanna do is you wanna push the knee down with your hip. So I'm activating my hip muscles, driving the knee into the bench, hold it for 5 seconds, and then relax. So we're gonna do a little contract relax here. And then you do it again. So 5 seconds on, 5 seconds off. You do that 3 times, and you're good to go. All right, so let me show you the difference over here. If you're a little more tight, like I am on this side, your knee might not get to the bench. But what's cool about this technique is because you can support yourself with the bench, you can kind of just hang out here, and because you're supporting yourself, you can work your way down, breathing until you get down to the bench level. Okay, and that Piriformis, those of you who've been following me for a while, my whole right side is tensed up because of my back surgery that I had many years ago. So it takes a little bit to get down, but then I can really get down, okay? And there's no way I can achieve the same level of release using the seated stretch, the easier version that I showed you earlier, okay? So once I'm down here, now I can, oh yeah, drive that down, 5 seconds on, 5 seconds off, and repeat that for 3 times total, okay? So that's the kneeling Piriformis stretch. Now, the other thing that we could do with sciatica is we could decompress the spine, okay? When we decompress the spine, we're opening up the space that's called the intervertebral foramen. So that's the space that the nerves come out of from the spine. So vertebrae are stacked on top of each other, but there's little holes on the sides that the nerves shoot through. Okay, that's kind of a vulgar, I'm not gonna do that again. But anyway, the nerves come out and they can get compressed, whether it's through herniations, stenosis, degeneration, myriad of reasons, number of reasons why the nerve can be compressed. So we want to decompress the spine. Easiest way is to hang from a bar, okay? So chin up bar, that's high enough that your whole body can just hang passively. Just grab on tight with your hands, but everything else is relaxed, okay? So that's number one. Hold that pretty much as long as you can. If you could hold it for a minute, that would be great, but anywhere, sets of 10 seconds, that's awesome. Now, if you can't do that, or if you're at home, you don't have a chin-up bar, then I recommend the prone decompression. So for this, you need a fairly strong resistance band, okay? And all you're gonna do is slide your body away from wherever it's anchored so that the band is pulling you. And then just relax and let it pull you, okay? So get a good grip on this band, and it's just pulling me and decompressing my spine this way. So this one is beneficial because you can hold that a lot longer. Okay, you can hold that one 2 minutes, 3 minutes, 5 minutes. If you want to hang out there for 5 minutes, do so. But for the prone decompression, I recommend at least 2 minutes holding, as much pull as you can get. Okay, because your body is, you got the friction, gravity is pushing you down to the ground. So the resistance band, you're gonna have whatever your body weight is, that's essentially the amount of resistance you could have pulling up toward and decompressing the spine. Okay, so that's your 5th stretch for sciatica. So give those a shot. If you've got sciatica symptoms, those may help right away. You might get instant relief from those, okay? So again, remember my little warning at the start, don't go too aggressive with anything, and especially avoid any kind of hamstring stretches where you're stretching really aggressively, because that could further irritate the issue. All right, so hopefully that helps you get out of pain, and for more like this to help you eliminate pain, improve flexibility, mobility, and movement, hit up precisionmovement.coach. All right, peace.